Grand Tuesday. This is Dee with Divine Needle, and welcome to the Age of Aquarius and the daily guidance reading for March 16th, 2021. It's the sun is coming up here finally. Yay! I got up, it was still really dark out. Oh, okay. Those of us on missions, including my husband and myself, and I can tell that my camera doesn't look straight. There we go. All right. All right. We talk about the Sabian symbols. Right now, the moon just entered Taurus at 0 degrees. So that's where the moon's located. And we've got the Sabian symbol for today. Hope that's, there we go. Much better. Pisces from 26 degrees to 27 degrees. A harvest moon is the picture for today. So keep that in mind while I talk about that Sabian symbol and the significance. So many of us reaping the rewards or the follies is what that means. And the whole thing with that Virgo full moon was all about karma. What you get back. So what you put out, you get back. So some of you are reaping rewards, others maybe not so friendly energy. But this Sabian symbol of the harvest moon, this aphorism is often forgotten until it's too late. Yet everything we do or do not do, say or do not say, adds up to our destiny. Most of us learned in childhood the cocky phrase, "You reap what you sow," often said to point out that whatever occurred was our fault. Another version, "What goes around comes around," indicates the same idea. Today we harvest what we invested before, not only in sowing, but in cultivating. This understanding makes blame obsolete. No one has done this to us. We have complete responsibility for it all. To live our lives entirely with this as our guiding principle shows an extraordinary level of attainment and accelerates our path to realization. More than anything else, because it goes hand in glove with being truthful. With being truthful. That's something I practice in my spiritual endeavors on my other channel. It's 100% about the Ace of Swords, truth and clarity. The harvest moon illumes a clear autumnal sky. We celebrate our blessings through gratitude by taking today's fruits today. There's no need to look to the world at large for emblems of attainment. Such proofs of success are, in any case, not sufficiently profound to settle the goal-driven appetites of an ambitious person. There is only one achievement of any real worth, which is the only enduring success beyond any measure, and that is self-fulfillment. A harvest moon is an old indicator of the celebration of success. We bring in the fruits of our toil, harvest the reward of our initiative, and feast with our community under the bright, happy full moon. Such moments of accumulation in life are more than the canceling out of old experiences. Rather, they also stand as the threshold of a new achievements to come. This image speaks of benediction, the gifts of nature, and nature says that our productivity is as rich as hers. Mother Nature. The Empress card. We can enjoy whatever we attract. Then we can celebrate. And then we can go on to the next cycle of participation in the world of great abundance and available joy. Yet this is not to be seen as exceptional or in doubt. It is our birthright to claim and appreciate. The lesson here is not to get lost and confused in the welter of opportunity that life throws up. Too often we can continue struggling to achieve something we already have, but are not fully enjoying with our proper attention. The best strategy for success is assumption. Behave entirely consistently with the assumption of having reached our goals. We must take today's fruit today and not lose the rewards by getting caught up in the process of attainment of some speculative future of joy, when joy is actually already at hand. The highly concentrated resources of the world are at the immediate service of anyone who will put them to use. We take them, we use them, and we don't waste them. This approach facilitates the replacement of anything used because it is the innate order of things that whatever we consume appropriately is regenerated by nature. In her immeasurable prodigality, nature is forever showering humanity with products of her untiring creativity. The least we can do is to enjoy it with graceful gratitude. Very profound Tuesday from the Sabian's mysteries, right? Sabian symbols. Whew. Anyway, grand morning to you all. I hope you're doing well. I am very ready to do today's reading so that we can get on with our missions. Okay. General guidance for the collective for this Tuesday. That was quick. Receptivity. Receptivity. That is us being receptive to the divine and channeling down the information coming from our teams. Receptivity. Not only that, but receptivity for others that are around us, right? And those speaking to us. Because when we speak to each other, oftentimes we're actually giving each other clues to our path. All right. Overall energy for those on a mission. For the collective. Overall energy for the collective this Tuesday. Overall energy for the collective this Tuesday. Overall energy for the collective. Overall energy for the collective. The Wounded Warrior. The Malays, Nine of Scepters. Still fighting, right? That's our overall energy. Still going at it. We don't give up. That's not in our repertoire. What's our highest priority for this Tuesday? For the collective. What's the highest priority for the collective? Highest priority for Tuesday. Oh, wow. A book. The Ace of Swords. That's all about my mission. My mission is bringing truth and clarity to everybody here about what the holodeck really is, where we're living. What is this place really? Anyway, Ace of Swords, the eminence, standing on our own merit, individually feeling fulfilled in spiritual material realm. The Rogue. The Rogue. Seven of Swords. Sneaky behavior for some, or it could just be clever. Archangel Commander, Angel of Storms and Battles. That is the King of Swords. The Outlaw, getting a higher, wider perspective. Or feeling stuck. But I think it's a higher, wider perspective about Lady Justice, the Chancellor, Angel of Justice. All right. That's our highest priority today. And what do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for? I want that one. Nice. Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. Purifying and underlying the Nocturne. The Nocturne is underlying. Nice. Let's take a peek. Ooh, the Healer, star card right under that, and the Seeker. Spirit in search of science. And then resting after strife, the Dark Horse. Nice. Standing in your power. Nice energy for underlying. Doubling down. Maintaining balance through rough seas. Two of Orbs. So we'll start with this underlying. And then work our way through the rest of the reading. Work harder and double down. Shoulder more commitments and steer your ship through the rough tides. Carpe noctem. Work at your dreams late into the night, harder than everybody else, and the gods will reward you for your dedication. Just like that harvest moon, that's the Sabian mystery symbol, very much about that. The Nocturne is balancing change after a dark night of the soul. It bears good tidings because this is the spirit of commerce, enterprise, and far-reaching new ventures after past failures and disappointments. So, past suffering sires future opportunity. The Malaise, Wounded Warrior, Nine of Scepters. The malaise is the questioning of purpose and why we suffer. And this is talking about suffering and benefiting from that. It is the wearing away of vitality and innocence when we've seen too much suffering in this physical world. When the spirit of the malaise appears to you, engage in grand strategy. And I do feel like that is exactly what this card's doing here right now, engaging in grand strategy. Summon all the power within you and direct it outward now. The Nine of Scepters is the spirit of great strength. This is also the personification of malaise, reflecting back at you so you can see clearly your own feelings of debility or weakening health. This is the spirit of despair, pessimism, or cynicism. Do not reduce yourself to feelings of apathy. Feeling feelings and passions, even when they hurt, are the necessary gauntlets to overcome so that wisdom and transcendence might be attained. Note the resilience of the figure in the imagery. The Nine of Scepters is a powerful key against debility, weakening, or despair. The malaise appears to remind you of the most powerful defensive magic that you are capable of conjuring to protect yourself and to revitalize what has been depleted. The malaise can be a sign that you need to take better care at shielding yourself. I often try to remind people that their efforts to shield themselves is pretty important. I always recommend making a bubble. Use your imagination and imagine that bubble. But I do feel like this is grand strategy moving forward after forging ahead through your battles. Anyway, what to be mindful of, prepare for. Or no, this is highest priority, sorry. Sacred Cinnabar, Ace of Swords, the consummating. Oh, yeah. One of my absolute favorite cards. Totally represents my other channel and what it's about. Represents this channel too, but it definitely is all about my other one. Realization comes to you in an instant, and your knowledge will deepen. Air is alchemizing in your world, materializing as intellectual property, achievement of glory, or social advancement. If you take up the sword to fight, to work, to invest, the effort and toil, the victory will be yours. You conquer others when you conquer yourself. High achievement. The eminence, Nine of Orbs. Standing on your own merit. Indeed. The eminence is a spirit personification of upward mobility and material fruition born out of your own hard work. All that we have done and invested in has propelled us to the top. And yet, now that we are at the top, are we feeling isolated and alone? All that glitters is not gold. I don't believe that. I think everything that glitters is gold. The woman pictured here in the Nine of Orbs is the same woman pictured in the Nine of Swords, and yet, upon first impression, they appear so different. Inner lives versus outer lives can be unrecognizable from one another. Nevertheless, the eminence appears as your spirit ally, and when she makes her presence, she is here to support your endeavors toward elevating rank, reputation, and to increase your material gains. When the Nine of Orbs appears in your reading, this is a message from Spirit to heed. Everything is for the best in all possible worlds. Now, what's interesting is that's very much like the Sabian symbol was talking about. Don't just dream it, dream that it's already there. Go about your day like you already have what you want. That's called manifestation. The Rogue, Seven of Swords. Ooh, the Rogue is mischief personified. Here you see the story of Loki cutting off Sif's beautiful golden locks of hair while she slept. Sif is the Norse goddess of the earth, of plenitude and the grains, affinity, fertility, family, marriage, mother of might and magnificence. She was also a seer. The mind and the thought plane and the intellect are the weakening barriers to materialize success. The Seven of Swords denotes an unstable mind and unstable efforts. The Rogue is the spirit of cunning and scheming. We see compromised integrity. Yet the Rogue is also the personification of one who is misunderstood. So when this spirit appears to you, you are the rogue in pursuit of an undertaking that diverges from the mainstream. You may get blowback for it, and yet take heart that the toad on the lily pad is symbolic of a rainmaker, an omen of ambition that begets plenitude, while the snail calls in the grace of the eminence, the blessings of the Nine of Orbs, which is right there with it. Nine of Orbs right here. A little bit of roguish behavior is called for if you seek to achieve your goal. You are being challenged to confront an ethical dilemma. Will you choose to follow the rules or will you break them? Archangel Commander, that is the King of Swords, Angel of Storms and Battles. This is the king, the intellect, the intellectual of the kings. This is someone that uses their intellect, sword of truth and clarity, the sword of destiny in their hand. The King of Swords is the lead commander of the divine forces. Esque ad finum, we shall fight to the very end. He is the most powerful and most formidable of heaven's warriors. His full title is Archangel Commander of the Light. The Archangel Commander appears to you now to bring strength, conviction, courage, and manifest fearlessness. He is tasked to assist you in navigating the storms, inner and outer, and to defeat any demons that threaten to harm you. The King of Swords is your divine warrior, who will lead heavenly armies against your adversaries. When the Commander of Light appears to you, it is because you need reinforcement. And now that spiritual reinforcement has come, led at the helm by your greatest champion, the Archangel Commander. You're preparing for a fight, and the Archangel Commander appears to you now in advocacy of your cause. Yeah, because you hold the sword of destiny and the sword of truth. Yep. Trying to keep these in order. The Outlaw, Key 12, Major Arcana, Sacrifice and Redemption. That's Odin. Gave his eye to drink at Mimir as well. Indeed. Examine your situation from a different perspective. Be the outlier. This is a spirit designating how we break from establishment to serve a higher purpose. A guardian spirit has come to support you as you scrutinize both the fundamentalism around you and the personal dogma embedded deep within. Key 12 sends the message of psychic mindfulness. Tap into your own deep sea of unconscious. This is the heretical, the eccentric, the dissident. This is the rejection of authority and rebellion against establishment. The outlaw appears to you when the answer is to operate outside of and in contention with the established rules of institution. Will you follow the rules or break them? Right? Duet days. I give that you may give. Coram Deo. You are in the presence of God. And the last one, Major Arcana yet again. The Chancellor, Angel of Justice. Lady Justice. Yes. She holds that sword too. It's all about the swords today. And then it will follow with a cup. But all about the swords today is your highest priority. This is a spirit. This spirit represents recertification measures that counter karmic consequences. It is the spirit guiding you toward balanced judgment and making clear decisions. Do not judge based on appearances. Choose balanced action, balanced words, and balanced thought. When the Chancellor appears to you, it is a call to make the necessary adjustments so that you might restore balance. The angel of justice arrives when all considerations have been duly weighed and the resulting outcome of the choices you made, your actions, and your speech has now been determined. Judgment card. Key 11 marks the point when the truth comes out. Always comes out. Truth cannot remain hidden, not during the age of Aquarius, the apocalypse. The scales of your life about to get tipped so that the balance can be maintained. It's interesting because this card has been a major feature, and the Judgment card has been a major feature of a lot of the readings and has been showing up for every sign of the zodiac in the readings. This is the balancing of karma. That Virgo moon, it's all about the balance of karma. So, your highest priority today, This can be considered the aha moment, truth and clarity coming in from the divine, and standing in your power, in your spiritual and material power, on your own 2 feet, feeling just like the eminence. That's complete fulfillment in the spiritual material individually on your own. And will you use a bit of roguish behavior in the outlaw, right? Roguish behavior and intellect with that sword of truth, getting a higher, wider perspective and being the outlier. So standing outside of yourself so that you can see a situation from all points of view. And then justice, taking that sword you start with and claiming it in balance. That is the blind seer. What to be mindful of, prepare for. What does this get you? It gets you another ace. Ace of Cups. Holy water. That is the purifying. That is the Holy Grail. Ace of Chalices. You are being cleansed. You will find the inner peace you seek. Water is alchemizing in your world, materializing as concord and fruitful development in home and family, the domestic sphere, or promising prospects in love and relationships. Your soul is being purified by what is to come. Unions are forged. What fills you will wash away past hurt. There is renewal. So, washing away the past hurt of injustices that you have experienced and what you've seen in this world. Working harder and steering your ship through the rough seas. Don't give up the fight. That's the overall energy for today. Don't stop fighting. Anyway, one more card from Osho Zen to take us out of the reading. For those on missions, guidance for those on missions. 3 cards. Whew. Underlying. That's funny because this traveling card is popping up in other readers for the Taurus readings and Aquarius readings, and some of the others. Traveling. So, possible traveling in our future. Trips. The Lovers. Comparison. And patience. I feel like this is making comparisons with likely other sets of twin flames, or comparisons against, well, for me personally, against all the different various religions and ancient texts. And having patience. See the cycles of the moon going across the top. This is very Empress type energy, and having the patience to sit with what we're trying to create. But there may be some travel involved and healing. That's that chalice right here. Yeah. Looks good, guys. Looks real good. Anyway, have a fantastic Tuesday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we'll likely be doing a stream together today, Nell and I, for readings, personal readings. Anyway, have a really good one. Remember who loves you more than anybody.